Yes, everybody, you do have the power. My name is Dr. John Oda. This is the Dr. John Oda method, guys. I'm pumped up and excited. Welcome to Motivational Monday. So, on Motivational Monday, the last time that we had it, we did something on Amazon principles. And oh my God, they were freaking amazing, right? So, we went through 1 through 7, and now we're going to do 8 through 14 on Amazon leadership principles. But of course, before we start, I have to give you my as my 4 gifts and my 1 rule, so we can all be on the same page. So for the next 20 to 30 minutes, you're gonna get something from this program. My number one outcome that I give every time that I speak, I want you guys to get a nugget, even 2 nuggets, even 3 nuggets, right? But let's hit down the breakdown rules, right? The first rule, the first gift that I have, guys, is to have fun. When I say have fun, what does this mean to you? Yes, someone says take a vacation. Absolutely. Since this COVID stuff, vacation would be great. Have fun as to go to the beach. Yes, I live in Southern Cal. You're absolutely right. So my biggest thing about a lot of times I see these CEOs and these C-level people and business owners, they're stressed out, they're worried, right? They're worried about not making the payroll, they're worried about their employees, they're worried about so much family life, everything else, right? My outcome today is to leave that stuff at the door and to focus on being happy, right? Having some fun. So my thing about being fun, sometimes I crack jokes. Sometimes I sing. Sometimes I even have a freaking potty mouth. But here goes. Here's what I want you to do. I want you for the next 30 minutes to have fun. After you have fun, you can live your same old boring, mundane life, right? But if not, you can have fun for the rest of the freaking day. So the question I have is for you: can you have fun? Yes or yes? Beautiful. I heard you guys. Someone said yes. So we'll take that. My next gift. Oh, please write this down because I want you to apply this in your personal life as well as in your professional life. My next gift that I have is to have an open mind. Oh, when I say have an open mind, what does that mean to you? Someone says yes, listen, because what I might say you might not agree with exactly. But let me explain to you. So, about maybe 1993 or 4, I went to see Tony Robbins, the great Tony Robbins, right? And he had a 1 day program called The Competitive Edge. It's a sales seminar. And I went there, and we had like maybe 6,000 people in Chicago area. And when he said have an open mind, I was a little bit grandiose, so I thought he was talking to me. Really did. I'm like, yeah, Tony's talking to me. And this is what he said, and this was profound knowledge. What he said. He said that we live in a box, we work in a box, we talk a box, we even watch a box. My outcome today is to get you outside of the box of that you're in, right? And to show you how things can be if you have that open mind. But the only way you can get the benefit of the show is to have an open mind. Can you have an open mind? Yes or yes? I heard you. Beautiful. My next gift is to do it now. When you hear something, you go, oh my God, I should do this. Or if you say, I know this stuff, but if you're not doing it, guess what? You're not. It doesn't make a difference. Now, if you're doing it beautiful, pick something else. So do it now. I mean, when you hear something, an ideal concept, guys, guess what you do? You do it ASAP, right? This way, right? Oh my God, your whole world would change. So can you do it now? Yes or yes? Beautiful. I have only 1 rule, guys, and 1 rule only, and personal as well as professional. No excuse management. Meaning that you're not really in the business to hear excuses from me. Am I correct? I don't want to hear no excuses from you. You don't want to hear no excuses from your employees or else your workers or even your kids. I don't want to hear no excuses. When you hear something, guys, guess what you guys do? You do it. Because that's when you build that muscle. So, for example, you go to the gym, right? What do you guys do? We lift weights, we do cardio, we do everything else. And some of you guys even look at girls, beautiful, right? But what you're doing, right? You're building that muscle. So you have to build that muscle, right? So a lot of times, I'm not sure about you, but I take full responsibility. Sometimes I can make alibis. Sometimes I can tell some crazy stories that doesn't make me move to that next level. Right? 2022 is all about moving to that next level because for the last 2 years in the state of California, we've been pretty much on lockdown since like maybe June or July of 2022. We pretty much opened up around here, right? So the question that I have is no more alibis, no more excuses, just get your stuff done. Yes or yes? Beautiful. My last gift is to allow me to be your coach and your mentor. What's a coach? What's a mentor? Okay, you're right. I can coach you how to be a better businessman. I can coach you how to be better sales and systemizing your business. I can even coach you of how to be a better person. Absolutely right. Right. A mentor have been there and done that. So I've been blessed to work with Tony Robbins and Chet Holmes for almost a decade. And in the business side, I have taken companies from 300,000 to 7 million, from 50 to 150. We worked with the Fortune 500 company, and we almost doubled the sales. So I worked, and we took Homex, and we created a crazy as return. So I've worked with a lot of companies and people to actually grow the business, right? I worked in the mental health field for the past 34 years. So I've seen mental health issues and challenges. I did clinical work. I believe in mental health, and I also believe in the EQ. The IQ is great, but if you have no emotions and you don't know how to deal with people, it's going to be a challenge at work. And then, of course, the coach is going to be actually messed up, right? So a mentor to me is I see the road ahead. So I can see the road ahead. If I see this road ahead, if I say, "Hey, we need to make a hard right," let's make that hard right. Because the reason why is because that's what a mentor do. So the question that I have is, can you have me be your coach as well as your mentor? Some areas today I'll coach you on. The Amazon principles I'm going to coach you on. Some of the stuff that I put in to add it to make it a little bit more jazzier in my crazy world, I'm going to mentor you. Yes or yes? I heard somebody. A little bit about myself, right? I told a tad bit already. I grew up in a little town called Michigan City, Indiana, 45 miles west of Chicago. Come from a family of 10. I'm number 8 of 10. So 6 sisters and 3 brothers. Growing up in a family of 10, I had a severe stuttering problem. Remember my first grade teacher, I went to a private school. She was a Catholic school, and she told me and my mother that I was retarded and I'll never graduate 8th grade. And by the grace of God, I had strong parents. That never took place. So I had challenges and self-esteem and everything else all of that went through. But what I started to do, I started working on me. I started reading books. I read over 1,000 books on personal development, sales, leadership, whatever took place. I started when in mental health field. I got certified in cognitive therapy, motivation interview. Started taking things called neuro linguistic programming. I became a master trainer. We only have maybe 100 or two worldwide. So I've done a lot of personal development, a lot of business growth stuff. So I love what I do. This is to me is fun. Was it 2004, 3 or 4? I was working in Oregon public station PBS, and I did my program called Achieve Your Peak Performance. It's an online course. That's pretty good. I love it. So that's how it goes. So that's me in a nutshell, right? So we're going to focus on Amazon leadership skills right now, leadership principles, right? So what I found out in most companies that I work with, and I worked with, geez, over 10,000 companies in the last 25 years, right? What I Most people have a mission statement, principles, or else whatever. They have it on their wall, right? But they never use them. When I was modeling or when I was studying Amazon, right? First I was impressed, right? First I was impressed that they had 14 principles. That was number one. I was impressed. Number two, I was impressed that um, the CEO Jeff Bezos is he only owns 16% of the company. The company's worth $850 million. They said this year they should be at $1 trillion. So this means that you of that you his company owns a lot of his company, which is really impressive. Out what my outcome is the model people or model companies that are actually successful. Amazon, if you've been following them, they were really not known for much. The last 5, 6, maybe 10 years, maybe about a decade, we started hearing about them. But the cool thing about with them is they followed these 14 principles. So let me focus on number. I went through 1 through 7 for my last one. If you guys haven't done that, go back to that one. And this one, we're going to start on number 8. The 8th principle is learn to be curious. Interesting. What that mean in a nutshell is to go the extra mile for a customer. They call it a customer, I call it a client. So if I use customer or client, you know what I'm talking about, right? To go the extra mile. So, so they gave I remember when I was working with Zappos, right? And they gave this example. Somebody called up the call center. Now Zappos makes shoes, right? So what they did was they wanted to know where the nearest pizza place was. Now, of course, most companies would have probably just hung up. Well, Zappos was different, right? Zappos made a phone call, figured out what's going on, found the pizza place, put them on the phone, and they connected the two. That's going the extra mile. But learn to be curious. What they focus on is constant and never ending improvement. They focus on ways to improve their business each and every day. Tony Robbins would say, "Can I?" Constant and never ending improvement. He got this when I was working with him. He was got it from Demon. He went to Japan, and they called it kanzen. Well, Tony called it it's kanai, constant and never ending improvement. Think about this, guys. You guys have a business. You could be a division in sales, or you guys could be in operations. You can even be the freaking CEO. How are you improving in each division? Well, so I give you a great example, right? Remember, have you guys ever heard of the Showtime Lakers? They had Pat Riley, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They had Wilkins. Oh my God, that team was like loaded. They had Worthy. They had all these people, right? So what happened was they won a championship, right? So I'm gonna show you how how pretty much this constant and never-ending improvement works, right? So they had a championship, right? So Riley wanted them to win again. So he had a meeting with them all. He said, "Okay, guys, here's what my goal is. I want you to improve in 1% in each and every area. That's it, only 1%. One is what is 1% more in shooting your three throws, your jump shots, your conditioning, your strength, having a better IQ, the whole 9 yards, right? Only 1%." They said, "Yeah, we can do that." Now remember, it's 12 of them, right? 12. Then they have 3 guys, so it's really 15, right? No big deal. That following summer, they came back. My God, these guys improved by leaps and bounds. Not 1%. Some of them they improved by 15 and 20 and 30 collectively, right? Guess what happened? They won the championship. The reason why? Because they focused on constant and never-ending improvement, right? So the question that I have is for you and your business, right? How can you learn to be curious? Go the extra mile, how Zappos did. I love Zappos. Anyway, sad about what happened to the former CEO, but loves Zappos. But the concept is, how can you go the extra mile inside your business? And Amazon does it all the time, right? And how can you focus on constant and never-ending improvement? How can you improve in each and every area? That's number 8. No, number 9 is to be frugal, right? Learn to create a spending plan. The whole concept is accomplish more with less, right? So when I was reading this, I was challenging. I'm like, wait a minute. I said, Jeff Bezos, this guy spend crazy amount of money. He spent on yachts. He spent on airplanes. He spent on this crazy stuff. I said it. He does not really practice it. But then I talked to somebody who worked there. He says, John, I mean, if you think about it, the first 20 years, he didn't spend nothing. He was frugal. He did not spend that. He didn't spend much. Right now, a lot of stuff's being gifted to him. A lot of stuff being XYZ. This is what he's making 16% of 850 million. So this is part of his spending plan. So here it goes. In your business, how can you still be frugal, right? Not spend that much, have a spending plan, but accomplish more with less. That's really an ideal, right?